Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. Today, we're tackling how to build a successful website for personal finance coaches, especially here in Australia.
Yeah.
We've got this really interesting article from Site Design NLW, a web design company, and it's got a ton of advice aimed at helping coaches connect with small business owners.
Yeah, and it's interesting how much they focus on building trust from the start. That's key in any financial relationship, of course, but even more so online, I think.
Okay, so how do we actually build that trust online? Like, what's step one?
Well, they jump right into it. They say that coaches need to really clearly lay out their services.
Okay.
But, and here's the catch, it's not enough to just have like a bulleted list, right?
Right, like who wants to read through a boring wall of text these days,
Exactly. Instead, they recommend bringing those services to life a bit, maybe with like client personas or scenarios. Think of it as speaking directly to your ideal client's pain points. Right. So instead of just saying, I offer budgeting advice, you might say, are you a new business owner feeling overwhelmed by cash flow? I can help you create a sustainable budget. Something like that.
I see what you mean. It's like you're already starting to solve their problems just by understanding, like acknowledging their struggles.
Yeah.
It's way more engaging than just a generic list of services.
It injects empathy into your message.
Okay.
It makes the information way more relatable and helps instantly build a sense of trust.
Okay, so we've got like empathy-driven service descriptions. Check. What's next?
Seamless online booking.
Okay.
This might seem like a no-brainer, but you'd be surprised how many websites make it a pain to actually book their services.
Oh, tell me about it. I've been on websites where like finding the booking button is like trying to find like, a needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
Not a good look.
No, the article really stresses how important it is to make that booking process as smooth and as convenient as possible, both for the client but also for the coach as well. And the key to that is a clear, impossible-to-miss call to action.
So something like, schedule your free consultation today.
Exactly. That sense of urgency, right,
Yeah.
can be surprisingly effective.
Okay.
But here's the thing, right? A seamless booking system, it not only just makes things easier, but it also kind of subtly reinforces trust as well. It suggests that you value your client's time.
Okay.
And that you're serious about working with them.
That's true. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
Like having a clunky booking process, it does kind of make you seem like disorganized or like you're not, technologically with it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sold on seamless booking. What's next?
Let's talk about client success stories.
Okay.
We've all seen them. Testimonials sprinkled throughout a website.
Oh, I love a good, they helped me achieve my dream story.
Yeah.
I'm totally swayed by them. If it worked for them, maybe it'll work for me too, right?
And that's not just you being easily persuaded.
Right.
There's actually a psychological reason why those stories are so effective.
Yeah.
The article talks about this concept called emotional resonance.
Okay.
And essentially people, they connect with stories.
Right.
And when they see someone who's overcome a challenge that's similar to their own, it creates this sense of hope and this sense of possibility.
Yeah. It's like saying, look, I've helped people just like you achieve real results. You can trust me to do the same for you.
Exactly. It's social proof in action.
Right.
And it's incredibly powerful for building trust. And here's where it gets really interesting. The article says that the most compelling success stories, they don't just focus on the end result.
Okay.
They take the reader on a journey. They highlight the challenges, the setbacks, and then ultimately the triumph over adversity.
It's like those weight loss ads where they show like the before and after photos.
Yeah.
But instead of just the physical transformation, they're highlighting the person's emotional journey too.
Right.
Makes it way more relatable.
Exactly. It's about showcasing the human element behind the success, right?
Yeah.
It builds a stronger connection and it makes the coach seem more approachable, more trustworthy, right?
Yeah.
Now, speaking of sharing valuable information.
You're going to talk about having a blog with engaging financial tips.
You got it. And I know what you're thinking. Who has time for blogging? But honestly, a regularly updated blog can do wonders for your website's SEO.
Okay, hold on. For those of us who aren't, web wizards, can you explain what SEO is and why it matters?
Sure. SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization.
Okay.
And it's all about making sure your website shows up on, the first page of Google when someone searches for the services you offer.
Right.
Think about it. When was the last time you went past, like, the first page of Google results?
Never. It's a wasteland after that.
Exactly. And one of the best ways to boost your SEO is by creating fresh, relevant content. like blog posts
Yeah.
that incorporate keywords that people are actually searching for. So for a finance coach that's targeting small business owners, that might be things like cash flow management, business budgeting, or tax tips for entrepreneurs.
So it's not just about like writing whatever comes to mind.
Right.
It's about strategically using keywords that will help potential clients actually find you online.
Exactly. You got to speak Google's language.
Right.
While also providing genuine value to your audience, of course.
Okay.
The article also points out that a blog is a great way to showcase your expertise
Okay.
and demonstrate your deep understanding of like the Australian business landscape.
It's like saying, hey, I'm not just repeating generic advice I found online. I actually understand the unique challenges that Aussie entrepreneurs are facing.
Exactly. And the more high-quality content you have on your website, the more credible and trustworthy you appear,
Okay.
both to potential clients and also to those, all-important search engines.
Okay, I'm starting to see the power of a well-crafted blog. It's like this multi-purpose tool for attracting clients and building trust. So what's next? What's next on our list of website must-haves?
The final feature the article highlights is offering free downloadable resources.
Okay.
Think like budgeting templates, financial planning checklists, or even ebooks, with actionable advice.
So it's like offering a little taste of what you bring to the table,
Yeah.
right? Without overwhelming them with, like, too much information up front.
Yeah, exactly.
You're saying, hey, I can help you with this specific problem.
Yeah, it's like a free sample at an ice cream shop, It piques their interest.
Okay.
It makes them want more.
It makes them want more. Okay.
Exactly. It's about providing value up front, right?
Right.
Positioning yourself as a helpful resource. And the beauty of those free resources is that, for potential clients, it's a low-commitment way for them to experience your expertise firsthand.
Okay.
Right. So if they find your free resources valuable, they're going to be way more likely to trust you with their hard-earned money.
It's like building a relationship, right? Based on mutual respect and value. You're not just trying to, like, make a quick buck, right? You're genuinely invested in empowering people to take control of their finances. But let's be honest, is there a risk of giving away too much for free?
Yeah, it's a valid concern.
Yeah.
But think of it this way. The goal isn't to, like, reveal all your secrets,
Right.
in a free downloadable worksheet or something. It's more about demonstrating your expertise and building that trust by offering a really valuable solution to a specific problem.
Okay.
The article actually, they frame it as offering a gentle introduction to your services.
Okay.
You're enticing potential clients to take that first step. And once they've, experienced your value firsthand, they're much more likely to invest in your paid services.
Okay. So it all comes back to that foundation of trust we were talking about, right?
Exactly, yeah.
We've covered a lot of ground. Detailed services, online booking, success stories, a blog, free resources. It
Yeah.
seems like having these 5 things on your website can be a game changer for attracting new clients. But is that it? Is that all it takes to build an effective website?
That's a great question. And while those features are definitely essential, the article also stresses the importance of good web design overall, right?
Okay.
So think of it like this. You could have, the most amazing content in the world, but if your website's like clunky, it's confusing to navigate, it looks like it was designed in the 90s, people are going to leave. They're going to bounce faster than you can say financial freedom.
Yeah, it's like having like this amazingly decorated restaurant with like terrible service and a confusing menu, right?
Right.
The food might be great, but the overall experience is terrible and you're probably not going back.
Exactly. You need both substance and style.
Yeah.
And the article specifically mentions things like having a mobile responsive design.
Okay.
Because let's face it, everyone's on their phones these days, right?
Yep.
Clear and intuitive navigation is super important. And a layout that's just, visually appealing.
So it's not just about like what you say on your website. It's about how you visually present yourself as well, right?
Exactly.
It needs to be professional. It needs to be engaging and easy to use.
Exactly. And all of this needs to be looked at through the lens of, the Australian business context.
All right.
What resonates with Australian consumers? It might be different to what works in other parts of the world, So understanding your target audience is key.
That makes a lot of sense. So we've talked about building trust. We've talked about showcasing expertise, creating a user-friendly website. But this article has mainly focused on attracting new clients.
Right.
What about keeping them around?
Yeah.
How can we use these features to boost client retention.
That's where things get really interesting. It's about like going beyond that initial engagement and really nurturing those relationships for the long haul. Because, as you know, it's much easier and more cost-effective to keep existing clients happy than it is to constantly be chasing after new ones.
Absolutely. Happy clients are your best ads, they'll tell everyone.
Yeah.
So how do we turn those one-time clients into, like, raving fans?
Well, think about how these same website features we've talked about can be adapted to, support existing clients as well.
Yeah.
So instead of just listing your services, what if you had a client portal, right?
Okay.
Where they could access personalized recommendations, track their progress, even schedule follow-up calls?
Oh, so it becomes more than a static brochure kind of thing.
Exactly.
It's like it grows and evolves with the client's needs, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I love that.
And remember those and given financial tips on the blog.
Yeah?
What if you create exclusive content just for clients? Maybe dive a bit deeper into more advanced strategies or address specific, financial challenges they're facing?
So it's like creating a VIP experience for your, for your most loyal customers, right?
Exactly. You're rewarding them for their business and you're showing them that you're invested in their long-term success.
And those client success stories that we talked about, they become even more powerful when they feature people who have achieved long-term success with your guidance.
Yeah.
Right? It really hammers home the idea that this isn't a quick fix. This is an ongoing journey towards financial well-being.
Absolutely.
So it's not just about attracting those new clients. It's about creating this ecosystem where your website features, your content, and your overall approach all work together to build trust, deliver value, and foster those really important lasting relationships.
Precisely. It's about building a digital home that reflects your expertise, it resonates with your ideal clients, and ultimately empowers them to achieve those financial goals.
This has been such an insightful deep dive. We've gone way beyond just scratching the surface of what makes a great website. We've talked about the psychology behind building trust, the power of storytelling, the importance of creating a user-friendly experience. Big thanks to you, our listeners, for sending in this really interesting article. And here's something to think about. We've been talking about websites, but how can these same principles be applied to other online platforms, like your social media or your email marketing? Keep those brain gears turning, and we'll catch you in our next deep dive.